Okay, we're recording. So beyond that, let's just go ahead and get started. The first thing that we wanted to do tonight is give some recognition to the people that deserve it. Because you guys, like I said, we are like crushing records, shattering records. What I don't even know, whatever you say, where we're basically just killing it beyond like what we can even believe and what we even imagined we could do. So there are some people that are just like going balls to the walls, basically like going bananas, and we just want to make sure that we give them the recognition that they deserve. So I'm going to start by shouting out a couple people. I'm going to pass it off to Rochelle and let her shout out a couple people, and then Ashley, I'm going to let you shout out some as well. And might need to come back around to me because I started making my list and then realized it was already almost 9:30 here. So the first three people that came to mind for me as far as just like enrollments and LCs like crazy. The first one is Kelsey Reeves. She is absolutely killing it, you guys. I don't know how many LCs she signed, but what I do know is she, and I quote, she enrolled her husband not too long ago as a second account so that she could make a second paycheck. And it took, I'm not sure exactly how long it took her to go Ruby. I want to say maybe like 5 or 6 months to go Ruby. Well,
forever.
What?
Forever. It took
forever.
me
It took her forever to go Ruby, in her own words. And she's about to take her husband's account Ruby. And she quoted that little shit because she's about to take him Ruby like way quicker than it took her to go Ruby. And it's so funny. But she's going crazy on LC enrollments. And it's all from HAPS, you guys. It's all from HAPS. And it was actually a couple of trainings a couple of weeks ago where Ashley Ritchie shared the system that we really all have been doing and that we've been teaching our newbies to do, where I've kind of been calling it like the double HAP. We all know that we all have a team-wide giveaway right now. We're blessing 4 different families, 4 people with $200 each. So $800 total. And if you don't know what the double HAP is, basically we're asking our friends and family to put just that up on their wall. The fact like, hey, will you put this up on your wall and I'll enter you into the drawing? And what they're putting up is that we're doing a drawing and they're asking people who want to be entered into it. And then those people to be entered into the drawing are putting up one of our regular quote unquote old school HAPs, like the TFX HAP or the coffee HAP or whatever it is. So that's why I'm calling it the double HAP, because we're taking it like one step further and reaching even more people. And that's what Kelsey's been doing. The other 2 people that I want to call out who are actually on Kelsey's team are Jordan and Bobby Seam. I think that's how maybe it's signed. They are killing it, you guys. They got they're brand new. They got their 6 LCs within record time, and they are just caught the vision right away. And they're posting amazingly, talking about, you know, what this business is doing for them. I saw Bobby's post or Jordan's post yesterday talking about how her very first paycheck is going to pay for this and that with their new house. And I just thought that was so cool because you guys, that's how you attract potential distributors. It doesn't matter if it's your first day in the business or your 5th year in the business, like me, almost 6 years. That like talking about the little wins are what attract people to you, because they need those little wins too, especially in a time right now with so much uncertainty. So I just wanted to start by shouting out those 3. Rochelle, I know you have a big old list of people to shout out because your team is absolutely killing it. So go ahead and unmute yourself and show some people some love.
Okay, I was like, please don't limit me to 3. I was trying to like put this one down, but I'm like, no, I have more because these girls are just on fire. And if I don't call your name, you guys, I see you. But these are the ones that I just really have to shout out right now. First of all, on my downline alone, in the last 15 days, we've done over 400 enrollments. Okay, never seen that ever. Okay. When she says we have some big momentum, like Shelby's is probably over 700, like no joke. This is nuts. The fact that new loyal customers. So I'm just so excited. I have to shout out one of my newbies, Bobby Joe. I know you're on here. She's from Canada. Within 3 weeks, she has charted herself for Ruby and has like, oh man, I'm going to butcher it, but I want to say over 15 loyal customers. I couldn't get the number correct, but I'm telling you, holy crap. And she is training her new girls so well. And I'm just big, huge pat on the back for you guys. It took her 3 years to join me, and I'm never going to let her live that down. 3 years to join me and 3 weeks in, and she's freaking killing it. So Christy Bird, which I don't know if she could be on here, but man, she has signed at least one customer a day this month, you guys. She is just really showing up for her business. And her tip, which I don't see her on here, but her tip really quickly, because we're going to ask some of you tips later on. But her tip was that, you know, she wasn't, I don't even want to say wasn't listening to me, but this is in her own words. You know, she did not want to message. She did not want to do host to post. She was afraid to bother people. And that is all she's been doing. And she's signing customers daily. Okay. Daily. Stephanie, man, we got our newest diamond leader in the house. I just saw her face. There she is. I'm so freaking proud of you. I'm so excited for you. And we'll hear from you a little bit later on a couple of tips of what you did to get to diamond, because your leadership is just growing so much, and you are just being so consistent with your work, and it is showing. Lisette, you are doing so well with your enrollments. You're doing so well with your leadership. I'm so proud of you, love. You've really, really started like booming. Let's blow up this chats for these ladies. I'm just so excited for them. Lizzie McDowell is a new distributor. She got her first 6 customers. Way to go, girl. Amanda Renee, new distributor, got her first 6 customers. Let's see. I know I had more that had their first 6, but I didn't write them all next to it. I want to shout out some leadership qualities or leadership. Yeah, ones that I've noticed more leadership qualities in really quickly. Lorraine, you've been stepping it up like no other. You are becoming such an incredible leader. I'm so proud of you. Lucy, you are stepping it up like no other. You're back. You're enrolling. You're doing so well. Celia is back. So excited for you. Brittany Donaldson, you're killing it. You're freaking killing it. I'm so excited. I'm almost done, y'all. And again, if I don't call your name, please do not be offended. I'm just trying to get through all of these and just really recognize as much as I can, but really just these girls have been killing it. Stephanie Strange, brand new, killing it. Sarah Padilla, killing it, brand new. Trish, I'm going to butcher this. Armijo? I don't know how to say it, but your name is all over my reports every single day. Leadership wise, Jamie Weitzel, way to go. You've really been stepping up. And I'm just so proud of you. Shauna, you've always led your team. Shauna Friesen, you've always led your team with such great leadership, but I just appreciate you so much for leading the team Zooms for your own team and just really always pouring into them. Kiana, way to go. Heather Dyer, way to go. Okay, guys, there's so many more, but I gotta give it back over to Ashley. I'm just so proud of you guys. You're killing it.
Okay, so before Ashley takes it away, I do just want to say that Ashley is actually one of our top enrollers as well. And although she says she could take recognition or leave it, that it doesn't change anything for her, I think that it's really important that I shout her out. I don't even see her face, but oh, there you are. You're right below me. Hi. I think it's important to say it because she's been with me since the beginning, and she's always been like super consistent about leading from the front, leading her team. And I'm just so proud of you. Okay, shout your girls out. Let's go. Hurry up. No, I'm just kidding. Go.
Okay, thanks, Shelby. Love you. Okay, I just want to shout out 4 people real quick. So the first one I did not, actually, you guys, you know, it's funny is I didn't enroll any of these 4. That's really funny. Okay, so the first one's Madison. This girl, literally, can you just put in the chat how many LCs you signed? Because I remember getting to the point where, like, when you first started and you got your first 6, I was like, heck yeah, like she got her first 6 in like 24 hours. And then I was trying to keep up with how many you signed, and then I lost count and just stopped even trying. So anyway, she is absolutely 16 LCs, guys, and she just joined the business. So we put the date because I also don't know the date that you joined, but it was definitely like 2 days ago. I'm just kidding. Okay, so she is a rock star already, amazing. The next one, I don't think she's on here, is Anne. Let me see. No, I don't see her on here, but she is also another one who is just consistent with her enrollments between LCs and DTs, and she has been for months now. So she is always in my eSuite. And then the last two I want to shout out are Hope, who is here's why I'm shouting her out. Yes, she leads from the front and she's a consistent enroller, but that girl, and same with Jess, both these girls are who I'm shouting out right now. They're consistent. I don't think they've ever missed a freaking training. And today's Hope's birthday, which I have to say, like, plenty of us would be like, oh, a Zoom, it's my birthday. And she's on here. And I just, like, Hope and Jess, again, I know no matter what day of the week it is, no matter what time it is, I know if I'm going to do a Zoom or if our team's doing a Zoom, I know I can count on both of them showing up. And that's just, I think it goes hand in hand with the fact that they're on every single training and they're always consistently enrolling. So I just wanted to take a second to acknowledge that because I probably don't tell them that enough, but I appreciate that they're always on these. So those are the four, of course, just like both Shelby and Rochelle said, there are so many more who are absolutely blowing it out of the water. This whole team as a whole is just crazy right now, but those are my four.
You guys, I'm sweating. This kind of stuff gets me like really excited and I'm sweating over here and I wish I had some water. All I have is hot collagen right now, which isn't helping. But thank you guys so much. Thank you for all your hard work. This is like just so fun to be a part of. And you know, if your name wasn't called, maybe you're killing it and you know, we weren't able to possibly call out every single person who's just going nuts. But maybe you're like, wow, maybe this inspired you to like get your butt in gear, or maybe you're brand new and you look at 16 LCs, and my hope and wish is that you see that 16 and you're like, okay, cool. So that's what this team's about. I'm going to go get 16. Like that's what I want this to be, because no one says, like, only you decide what the normal is. So if you decide that 16, like, yeah, here we are shouting them out and praising them for getting that many, but like, you can decide that 16 is your normal and that 16 is what you're going to get every single month. And so that's what I truly hope for the newbies, that you're seeing that and you're setting it as a standard for yourself, or at least a goal for yourself, you know, because that's, you do what you decide and what you think about. So just a little spiel there. So congrats, everybody. The next thing that I just jotted down a few notes. Like I said, we don't really have an agenda for tonight, so it might be a little bit all over the place, but I know you guys will get something out of tonight, whatever it may be. So the couple things that well, this is really just one thought now that I see it. I scribbled a bunch of notes, but it's one thought. And all this team, like we've said a zillion times at this point, we're absolutely on fire this month and we're all having so much fun and we're just like, it's all happening. But a lot of times when it's promotion month, which I know so many of you are working towards big promotions and you got a lot going on. And not only that, but like all of a sudden now you're like homeschooling all your kids and you like have to work from home now too, but you don't have a work from home office. So now you're sharing the kitchen with your 4 kids that you have to homeschool. This is a made up scenario, but like it's probably pretty true to like most of you guys or many of you guys' lives. I want you to know that it's okay to give yourself a little bit of grace. And I think some of you need to hear that. And when I say give yourself grace, I don't mean slow down. I don't mean like put your foot on the brakes, because I said give yourself grace. That's not what I mean. What I mean is if you're overwhelmed, take a couple of minutes. If you, got a message from somebody that I know this is for Rochelle. She put in the comments, stop talking to me, but she's literally the reason that I wrote this down. I know there's so many more of you though, like that need to hear this. So if you, like I was saying, got a message from somebody that might have put you in just like made you feel weird or bad or whatever, like take some time, take a couple minutes to be like, okay, think it through, or take the couple of minutes that you need to maybe vent to your upline or to your sideline or whatever, or, it's okay. Give yourself some grace and then get right back in it from there. The one thing that you can't do, and I was talking to a teammate about this today, the one thing that you cannot do is pump the brakes. And the analogy that I used with her is if a plane is on the runway, it's never, ever, ever going to take off if it's constantly pumping the brakes on and off, on and off, on and off. You cannot do mad haps for 2 days. That's not a thing. That just means a lot of haps for 2 days. I know we throw a lot of acronyms at you guys, but that's not one of them. You can't do a lot of haps for 2 days and then for 3 days not do anything because you're overwhelmed or you didn't get the response that you thought you would. That's putting the gas on the brakes. Yeah, no, that's whatever. You're putting the gas or you're putting the brakes on. Good Lord, I can't even talk. You're putting the brakes on. Your plane is never going to take off. You're never going to catch that momentum that all the people around you are talking about. You have to be consistent in this business. And so, yes, there is a difference between giving yourself grace and allowing yourself time to rest, recharge. Maybe it's vent a little bit. Maybe it's pray. Maybe it's meditate. Maybe it's, sit and do some self-development, whatever it is for you, do it. Do it. But don't let it completely halt you, because you're never going to catch that momentum that all the people around you are catching. And then I wanted to give a couple of examples, and one of them was Rochelle, because I thought it was so cool, something that she said. As soon as I read it, and I've been so busy tonight, Wednesday nights are crazy for me because I have phone-free time typically from 5:30 to 8:30 every single night to spend time with my family, my kids. And Wednesdays are especially crazy because then I roll right in at 7 to a small group that we have. And right now we're doing it over Zoom. So I've been sitting in this chair since 7 and I haven't looked at my phone since 5:30. And I have newbies messaging me and oldies messaging me and potentials messaging. My phone's dinging and I just have to sit here and like pretend like I can't hear it. But one thing, Rochelle, I got a notification that she said it right before I jumped into phone free time, or right as I was. And she was like, hey guys, I'm back, because she had to take that hour, she maybe took an hour, I think, but she had to take an hour to just like put her phone down and recharge and give herself a little bit of grace. And she said something that I loved. We read last week as a group, a couple of us read the prayer of Jabez. And in the prayer, the first part of the prayer is, I don't have it memorized. I probably should at this point, but I do have it written down because I like to pray it every day. Prayer of Jabez, the first line is, oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory. And so enlarging your territory, what that means is enlarging the people, or, being able to enlarge the territory around you so that you can be an example to more people. And I could go on and on. I could do a whole hour on just that, but I'm not going to. That's like the main idea of it. So myself, Ashley, Rochelle, some of the other leaders, we've been saying this prayer every single day, every single night, any chance we can get. And today she goes, you guys, I'm so overwhelmed. I need to take a break. I need to recharge. And then when she came back, she was like, I'm back. I'm recharged. And I realized what it was. I've been asking God to enlarge my territories, and he's doing it, and he's enlarging them too much. I need to calm down. And I just laughed so hard, but it like hit me like a brick, because I was like, oh my gosh, she's right. She's right. And it's for all of us, like all three of us all day. All we've been saying to each other is, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so overwhelmed right now. Like in a good way, it's good, but I'm so overwhelmed. And we've just been saying that all day. And then finally, when Rochelle was like, hey guys, remember when we asked God to enlarge our territories? Like, it's happening. And I was just like, yes, that's so good. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And if you want a little bit more information, not information on the book, I mean, it is what it is. You guys can read it if you choose to, but the book's called Prayer of Jabez. Rochelle, if you want to drop it in the chats, I can't remember the author for the life of me. But it's a great book, and it's a short read. I think it's like a 4 or 5 hour Audible. So you can bust it out if you want to, like in 2 days, like I did, or, you know, spread it out over time or whatever you want to do. The second example that I wanted to give you guys of giving yourself grace, and this kind of talks about HAPS and being overwhelmed as well, but one of my distributors, I don't know if she's on, I don't see her on this first page, and I'm not going to scroll through trying to find her right this second, but her name's Brandy. And I hope she doesn't mind that I talk about her a little bit here, but she is a assistant manager for a retail store. And so obviously right now is a difficult time for her, because retail is closed. Like, she's not working right now. And so I have been trying to get in touch with her, because I know that about her, and I know how much this company I know how much her business and her working this business and getting a paycheck would bless her family right now. But I've been getting crickets from her, and you guys, I've not been giving up on my girl. I've been messaging her to the point of like, it was either she was going to finally respond, or she was going to like send me that restraining order in the mail. Like, I was waiting for it, but I kept telling her, like, I'm not giving up on you, girl. Like, when you're ready, please message me back. I know how much this will bless you, especially right now where I know you're not working. And so didn't hear from her, finally heard from her last night. And I said, listen, tomorrow, we're going to get started on Host to Post. And she said, okay, I trust you, Shelby. Like, let's do this. And today she put up one post this morning, you guys. And it's just that simple post that's like, we're doing a giveaway. We're blessing 4 people. Drop your favorite color, or drop your middle name, or whatever it is, the one that we've all done, or we've all been doing, or we're all going to do. And you guys, within less than an hour, she had over 100 comments on that post, to the point where she texted me and said, Shelby, can I turn commenting off, because I literally don't know what to do with all of these people right now. I was like, don't turn commenting off. Just like, you know, pick a name that you're going to stop at, and then just don't respond to the others for a little while. Like, it's okay. No one's going to die if they don't hear back from you about this in like the next 5 minutes. Like, you're fine. So, you know, I'm working with her through this, and then like she's getting the like step 2 out to those people, and then the step 3, and she's like, oh my gosh, now all these people are interested. Now I have these messages and these messages. She's like freaking out, but in a good way, obviously. And I just kept reminding her like, Brandy, give yourself grace, and just know that you can only do what you can do. You can only do what you can do. And this goes back to Rochelle too, because she had like a personal story today where she felt kind of burned after a Host to Post situation. And it's like, there's nothing she could have done differently. And that's where you really have to give yourself grace, you guys, is like, work your business and work it with a fire and with a hunger, and knowing that you're going to change people's lives, whether it's their health, their bank account, whatever it's going to be. And what will be is what will be. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so much you can do. And that's what I was trying to get across to Brandy too, is like, girl, let's just do what we can do. And I'm happy to say that after weeks and weeks and weeks of Brandy ghosting me, she signed her first loyal customer today in weeks because of deciding that she's going to go for it and that she's going to do these host to post, and just giving herself a little bit of grace as she's going through it. Because when she got that customer, she was then like, she collected their info and she was like, okay, I'm a little rusty, like what do I do now? Like as far as like putting them in the system and stuff. And I loved that, because I was just like, that's the perfect example of giving yourself grace, but also being coachable and just like, hear me out. Like, I'm your leader. Listen to what I have to tell you. Do what I tell you, and you will be successful. And so sometimes I feel weird being like, just listen to me and do what I do, because I don't know, it just feels weird. But coachable is so important, you guys. So I just wanted to make sure I kind of highlighted that word, because today I felt like I was kind of almost like a mom. Like, I felt like a mom, like getting on to people like, how many host posts do you have up today? And I hate asking that, because like, I'm not your mom and I'm not your boss. But at the same time, like, I know that the amount of host posts that you have up will be a direct result of how many loyal customers you sign, which will be a direct result of what your paycheck looks like for April. So although I might sound like a nagging mom to you sometimes, I hope you don't take it that way. And I hope you know that it's all love, and that you are my equal, and that if I am annoying, you can always just be like, Shelby, back off. I got host to post up, okay? So there you go. That's my piece. Rochelle, what do you have tonight for us?
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm all recharged, you guys. Don't worry. I'm back. Can you guys hear me okay? Yes, yes. Okay. My headphones are acting weird, so I just wanted to make sure. I actually do want to share this story really quickly of the host to post, because like Shelby said, and it helped to hear what you just said again, was that it was completely out of my control. There in turmoil, freaking out, losing my mind, overwhelmed. How could I have done this differently? And it was really important to me to set down my phone, vent to Shelby and Ashley, then set down my phone, have some time with my family, and reflect on, okay, number one, I asked for this. I asked for more blessings. And now I am so unbelievably overwhelmed with those blessings that I got caught up in the moment of being like, oh my gosh, I'm way too overwhelmed for this. Like, I can't deal, instead of seeing it as like, holy crap, everything that I've asked for, he's giving me. And even though I'm overwhelmed, I need to recognize that. And I need to realize that no matter what comes out of it. So this situation with the host to post, she put up a TFX hap last night. Okay. Like at like 7 p.m. last night. Mind you, I still have 4 days. I'm 4 days behind on some host to post. My point is, like, there's people that have commented on host to post that I have not reached out to yet. Like, that's how behind I am on host to post. Okay. That's because I'm just like, I'm trying to catch up and I just can't. Like, there's so many up right now. And so she put this one up last night. So that's obviously not my first priority. I do like to have a 24-hour rule. Okay. Obviously, I'm a little bit behind on that, but I have a 24-hour rule. Okay. So usually I respond. I'm not talking team. I'm talking, I have like an hour rule on my team, but I'm talking like, the host to post a 24-hour rule. Okay. So I can get back to them. Well, this girl texted me, and the one that put up the host to post, she had over 30 comments. 30 people wanted weight loss products. 30 people wanted to know more about TFX, and I hadn't been able to get to it yet. And she texted me and she's like, I'm over this. People are calling me. People are texting me. I'm taking down the post. I legit was in tears. Okay. Now, not from this stupid host to post, from everything else that is piling up of just feeling massively overwhelmed. Okay. As a leader, I get so overwhelmed sometimes. As a mom, I get so overwhelmed sometimes. As a fiance, I get so overwhelmed. Like, it doesn't matter what title you put in it. Like Shelby said, we have to learn how to give ourselves grace, and we have to learn when it's time to like take a chill pill and like it's better for your health to set it down, no matter what promotion you're running for, no matter how many unread texts you have, no matter how many people need help with responses, no matter how many people have commented on a stupid host post. Okay. It does not matter, because your health is more important, and what truly matters is more important. And you have to give yourself some grace. Now, I truly believe that those 30 people somehow will wind back up in my network. I have to, right? It is what it is. The post is gone. Not get over that. And it's very important. This is my whole point of sharing this with you. It's very important that you have, number one, an upline that you can go to and lose your mind to. Okay, Shelby and Ashley. Thanks. You guys are the real MVPs. Okay. You got to go to an upline, not a sideline, not a downline, an upline. Okay. That's very important. You need to go to somebody that is not in your organization that you can discourage by what you're going through. Okay. So go up, always go up with these problems. Number two, the biggest leadership skill that I can give you is knowing when you have to unwind, knowing when you have to unplug, knowing when you have to give yourself some grace, because it's not good for anybody, even if you're responding. Like if you're responding to somebody and you're massively overwhelmed, they feel that. They feel it. They feel rushed. They feel what you have to, you know what I'm saying? They feel that projected onto them. And that's just not good for business. It's better for you to just take a second, go for a run, go take a bath, go listen to some self-development. And that is the main point of this, is making sure that you can get your mind right back. It took me about 20 minutes. That's it. Okay. When you find what works for you, like this has taken me years, you guys, to like find out when I need to do something like this. Like I will walk up to Brian after I vent to Shelby and Ashley. I'll walk up to Brian and be like, I gotta take a bath, and I gotta listen to my self-development, because I know that I have to get my mind back in the right place before I talk to anybody, even my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like you just have to get yourself back into that place. And so it's the best thing in the world. I was talking to one of my new distributors tonight about why self-development is important. And it's a valid question from a new distributor. It's a very valid question. Why in the world is self-development and reading a stupid book and more important than signing customers? That doesn't even make sense, right? It does make a lot of sense though, when you've been in the business long enough to have a freak out moment like I just told you about, or long enough to think that maybe you're not getting enough hosts to post up, or maybe you're not, or excuse me, people aren't commenting on your host posts. I'm saying like things that are out of our control. If we dwell on things that are out of our control, that's only taking, excuse me, it's only taking like, it's taking negative. How do I even explain this? It's negative and it's taking positive away from you. Does that make sense? If you're focusing on things that are that are out of your control, there's nothing you can do about it. But what is in your control is what's up here. And you keeping your mind right and focused and toward the bigger goal than a freaking host to post that gets deleted. It is what it is. I'm so glad that I still have all of those people to talk to. So I think it's just coming out of it and really realizing what the blessings are, and not focusing on the one thing that went wrong. Okay. And so, sorry, that was like way longer than I wanted it to be. I do want, if Steph Mann is on, I think she was, I saw her. There you are. If you want to, I'm sorry, I'm dying. If you want to unmute yourself, I want to quiz you for just a minute. I just want to ask you a couple of questions. You guys, Stephanie Mann is our newest diamond. And she just blew me away. For one, she blows me away all the time, but she really, really blew me away at the end of last month. Rallied her team together, made it happen, and got herself to diamond and earned that $15,000 bonus. So Steph, I would like you to tell a little bit about your story, how long you've been in the business, and tell us how you got to diamond so quickly.
Okay, first of all, I have to say one thing. I love your picture behind you. It says, I like her butt. What is behind you? I'm just cracking up. Sorry.
I made Brian hang these up today. Mine says, I like his beard. And then my side says, I like her butt.
It's hilarious. That's all I saw. Um, so I started this business in September. It was September 7th of last year, which I can't even believe it's already that long. And I started this business because I had lost my sister 3 years ago and literally needed to move back home. And I was a single mom and I had to leave my career. I left my esthetician business and to move back home to help my mom, help my niece, my nephew. And I thought it was going to be a different way, and it wasn't. And I ended up like literally broke, you guys, going bankrupt. I came across Rochelle's page. I had gained some weight just from grief and stress. And she had talked about coffee. I think it was probably 3 times, Rochelle, that I was wanting to buy coffee from you. And I was like, nope, can't afford it. And then finally, I was just so desperate. It was like after Labor Day, I came back and I'm like, my God, I got to work. And I just texted her and said, I'm ready to go. And so I joined and I just went like full on running. Like, I need this. I need to make $500 now. And I think like in 2 weeks, I had like 12 loyal customers or something like that. And then it took me a while. Like I was Ruby. I don't know. I went Ruby like, what was it? Like in 2 months or something. And then I stayed Ruby for a while. And my biggest struggle was getting more distributors because I had signed so many distributors in the beginning, but a lot of them were like my friends and so forth. And a lot of those people dropped off. And what I really learned in all of it was to focus on the people that were working, because Rochelle was teaching. My biggest thing for loyal customers is like when I was running for Diamond was I knew that I needed to sell at least $200 a day. Like I put my bar really high. I was like, okay, I'm going to put up these haps. I was very intimidated by haps. They were not my favorite. But then once I got them going and I got the rhythm of it, people were coming, wanting more. And my biggest thing was, I love to talk to people. I like to be one-on-one. So I would say, hey girl, or hey gal, let's chat about this. Cause I have a little bit more information like that. Talk to you, like how much weight do you want to lose? And so I would talk to him on the phone, and that's how I got to sell up every time. And you guys, I never sold under $150. I would sell like 2 to 5 products a time. And so I just kept that rhythm. And then I had 4 girls that were working with me, and I basically just focused on them. And my girls are like high signers. Like they sign one of my distributors. She doesn't go for under $400 when she signs. And so I just kept that rhythm going and just focused on those 4 girls the whole time. And
so I want you to talk about that really quickly, because one thing that I see that you may not see is that your girls are high signers because you're a high signer. Does that make sense? So like, yeah. You are leading from the front. You are leading them. And you didn't even, you may not have even realized it, is your standard of orders and your standard of, the amount of products that you sell and how you do that, you've taught to your team by doing that. And I think that is such a great quality, because you're constantly leading from the front, and that is a leader. So I do want you to elaborate on that if you can. I know that you, excuse me. I know that you like to get them on the phone. You're a very people person. If that was me, I'd be like, no, I'll do anything but talk on the phone. Like, I don't know what my deal is, but I get so nervous when I have to talk. They're like, can I call you to put my credit card in? And I'm like, no, I'm putting my daughter down for a nap and I'm sweating because you asked me that. Can you just text it to me? Like, I can't talk to you on the phone. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, I know that is your MO. Like, you are always I'm just going to get her on the phone. And I think that really helps seal the deal, because they hear that you're passionate, they hear your excitement, and you just really run with that. So what does your conversations look like when it comes to selling that amount of product?
Well, first of all, just to even get to them the phone, I always say that I'd rather do this personally than over Facebook. Can we exchange phone numbers? We can either chat or go by text. I personally like to chat, and they're always like, no problem. I've never had anybody say no, like never. And so then I'll set up a time if they can't do it right then. And then once I get them on the phone, the first thing is I'm always so excited. It's like, hey, Liz, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so glad you called me. And then I'll get to know them for a second. I'll spend like 1 minute, ask them how they are. And then I'll say, hey, so I know that you're interested in you're frozen. Can you still see me? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, Steph, you're good.
Okay. Okay. Everything went frozen for a second. I'll just say, hey, you're interested in the vitamins, but like, how much weight do you really want to use, or how much weight would you like to use? I mean, to lose. Are what's your health habits like? Do you work out? And so I just create that conversation, and then that gives them more trust in me because I'm literally interested. Like, I want to help them. And they'll usually say, no, then I'll go into asking, like, do you like coffee? Have you, what kind of food do you eat? How often do you work out? And so I just lead with that. And I don't know, sometimes the conversation can just go like really, really quickly. They're like, yeah, I work out all the time. I just need something to boost this. I only have like 5 pounds or 10 pounds. And I'll be like, great, the Skinny Brew, or the chocolate greens, the TFX or something like that. But most of the time they want to lose 15 to 30 pounds. And I'm like, okay, now we want to turn your body into a fat burning machine. Like, how does that sound? And they're like, oh my gosh, yes. I go, well, here is what I love my products. I'm so confident in them. And I'll talk about my quick story about how I lost 15 pounds. My husband's lost 25. My best friend's lost 32. And I'll just go straight into that and say, okay, this is what I know will confidently work for you. And I said, it's super flexible though. We'll get you started this month with these 3 products. Let's say we'll do the Skinny Brew, chocolate greens, the cleanse, and the TFX. I said, everything is adjustable. I said, every single person's body is different. So it doesn't mean this is what we're going to stick with, but we'll start with this. We're going to see how you do this first month. And I always tell them, I said, these products are so amazing that we need to give these products 90 days. I said, the first month is basically your detox month. You are not going to lose weight right off the bat in 90 days or in 30 days. You're going to detox your body. I said, month 2 is where you're going to start feeling better. Your brain's going to feel better. You're going to have more energy. You're going to maybe start losing a pound or 2 here. But then by month 3, you're going to be like, holy cow, my jeans are fit. My jeans actually fit. Then you're going to start feeling that weight loss. I said, when you start getting that weight loss, you don't want to stop. You want to continue using these products. I said, it is consistency. You're going to get rid of all of your other coffee. You're going to get rid of all of your other habits, and we're going to create a new lifestyle for you. This is not a 30-day process. You're not going to just take a pill and think that's going to all go away. These products work. I 100% guarantee that if you work with me and we get through this process together. I said, for you because I know they work and they work for me. So that's how I get them every time. And I'm just like super excited. I'm super passionate. And I talk to my customers and I always say, as soon as you get these products in, please give me a call. Let me know they're in because I'm going to walk you through on how to use them all, when to use them, make sure that you love your coffee. I go, it's not just about putting water in your coffee and that's it. I go, we're going to make it so you love it. I want you to enjoy every single thing you do. And I said, when you turn around and you want to go grab something bad to eat, we're going to find a product that you love so much that that's the first product that you're going to go to. You're not going to go to chips. You're going to go to the BFF. You know what I mean? So I just get super excited, and I believe in everything because between my husband and I, we have used everything and we know what really, really works, and we have seen the results, and that's just how I do it. I sell it every time.
Oh my gosh. I'm like taking mental notes right now. Like, this is insane. First of all, you guys, I signed her and I didn't even know that she did half of this. Like, this is gold. I knew that you had some things up your sleeves, but I'm so happy that you shared this with us. You guys, I want to reiterate a couple of things that she said. Thank you so much, Steph, for sharing. I want to reiterate a couple of things that she just said. The very last thing that she said was that her and her husband have used these products. Okay, she is confident about these products. She's confident that they work because she uses them herself. She tells them that. You just heard what she said. And I got to tell you, a lot of people are saying, scripts, please, scripts. Y'all, you just heard she doesn't have any scripts. She has no scripts. She's talking to them on the phone. She's saying her voice, her excitement. Y'all, she just sold us on $400 worth of products, okay? Her excitement is what gets them. Her telling them, she's setting up expectations. I went live on my team page this morning about this. She's setting her expectations for them. She's telling them up front, you are not going to see results in 30 days. It's going to take you 90 days to see these results. We're going to start with these products. We might not end with these products. She's setting up this expectation so that if for any reason, I swear, I don't have corona, but I do have a cough and it is like awful. Okay. So glad I can make some of you laugh there. Like straight up, Ashley called me out today. She's like, Rochelle, you've had that cough for like a minute. I'm like, yeah, it's annoying. Okay. But my point is that she's so confident when she's selling these. And she's also like, she's telling her customers that are signing up, she's giving them that expectation that in 2 weeks, if they're not seeing results, they're not texting you saying, I'm not seeing any results. They're texting you saying, I know you said that it's going to take a little bit, but like, I don't know if this is the right fit for me. Can we try some? So that she's their product coach. I love that. I love that you said that. I think that we should be saying that more to our customers. Like, I'm here for you. I'm your product coach. And the last thing that I will reiterate on this, because this was freaking gold. I hope you guys took so many notes on that. Shoot, I didn't just lose it. Tell me I didn't lose it. There was one more thing I wanted to reiterate, and I might have lost it. Dang it. I don't remember what it was.
And one of the things that I say to them is I make sure that they know that I am so confident in my products that they will work for you, that my products deserve 90 days, period. I mean, I'm very confident about that. So I never have anybody ever say, oh, what's the 90-day program? I'm like, you want to lose some weight? My products will do that, but I need 90 days. Just like as you know, just when you send a distributor, like I need 90 days of your time to even see this is a good fit for you. So it's the same way. And
yes.
being the fact that, go ahead.
Sorry, I remembered what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Well, finish your thought. I want to hear what you have to say.
Oh no, go ahead. I don't remember what it was.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that you're like, I love that you don't even have to go into like the 90-day trial, because again, you're setting that expectation, but just letting them know that you're going to be working with them and that you're willing to answer their calls and you're willing to help them. Y'all, she's not just getting them into the system and then forgetting about them. She's keeping these customers. That is the key. $300-$400 orders every single month. What would that do for your paycheck? And I'm willing to bet you that you'd be more willing to work for that, right? You'd be more willing to answer the phone for somebody that's saying, hey, it's working great for me. Like, what's our next product this month? Or, you know, you'd be more willing to be like, no, you don't want to reach for those chips. Let's have a BFF. Like, you're literally, she's being their product coach. She's being like their health and wellness coach. And I think that that's so much more worth it for her, because look at how high these orders are. It's worth it for her to keep these customers in contact. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that on a 30 BV order too, because you should, but I think it's more incentive for you when you're able to really help them. And like I talked about in my live this morning, when you get people on more than one product, they're more invested. They're more invested in trying to make this work and really wanting to make it work. If you just give them a magic pill, which you never ever say that, but if you just, give them a pill that they think they're just going to take 2 pills a day and then their fat's going to fall off while they're eating Oreos and ice cream like myself every night, then that's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not realistic for them. And of course they're going to be disappointed in the products. Set realistic expectations for your customers, help them with their goals, and then follow through like Stephanie is doing stuff for all of that. That was like, oh my gosh, that was just so exciting. Thank you so much. Shelby, do you have anybody that you wanted to bring on or talk to, or do you want me to keep going with these little tips? We only have a couple minutes left.
Yeah, what time is it? Oh yeah, okay, we only have like 4 minutes. Bring someone else on. Let's talk to one more person about some things that maybe they're doing. Maybe somebody that like, yeah, they're doing host to post, but like what else? What else are you doing? Because I'd love to I feel like we've heard a lot about host to post. We got Steph's like amazing tips on just being basically their product coach and hyping them up. So let's talk to someone else about maybe something else that they're doing.
Let's see. What am I screaming? Sorry. Brian just walked in and he's like, that's why. I'm like, I don't. Oh, because my headphones are in. Anyways, Lisette, will you unmute yourself? I know you do host a post, but I like just want to just give us like a fire tip that is working for you with enrolling right now or with training your new distributors, whatever one you want to go with.
Okay. I would say like the most important thing that I've been doing is like everything that my leadership is telling me to do. And I think that's like the biggest thing. So like when Rochelle's like, hey, I'm doing a wake up with Rochelle, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go do a wake up with Rochelle because it just makes my morning like amazing. And I'm waking up, she's doing it later her time, I'm waking up my time so I could be live because that live aspect is just like really makes a difference in my day. And because I am home with my kids, I'm homeschooling and doing all the things, um, I have to block out that time. And I have to like decide, okay, this is the time when I'm getting up and I'm making sure that this is when it gets done. Because if I don't, then I'm just going to be a mess and I'm not going to do all the things. Like today, we didn't do a wake up with Rochelle and I slept in, and guess what? My day was crazy. So I had to like really give myself grace. Like Shelby was saying, like I loved all the things Shelby was saying because I was like, yes, give yourself grace. Like, you know, don't act crazy. Don't take it out on other people. Just know that whatever you didn't do in the morning, you will get to at some point, and just make sure that you decide to do the things and do all the things that leadership is telling you to do. Like the power hours that Rochelle is doing right now, those are like everything for me because I feel like if I could just replay that every day, like my business is just gonna like skyrocket. Because if that's what Rochelle is doing, then that's what I need to do. And that's really like my tip is like do the leadership things that they tell you to do.
I love it. I love it. This reminds me more of mindset than anything, which I think is the most important of all, is that you're getting in the right headspace. You're getting up, you're setting the time, you're setting the tone for your day, you're making sure that you're blocking out the things that you need to do for your business. And most importantly, you guys, if I were to tell you how I got to where I am today, it's by watching the people where I wanted to go. Wait, does that even make sense? Like by watching, oh, she's up. Probably because I'm screaming, dang it. Anyways, by watching the people that I admired. Okay, watching the ones that I was like, okay, what are they doing? Because they're killing it. So I'm going to be doing what they're doing. And if you are copying the right cat, but in your own way and in your own version, then you will be successful at all costs, right? But what's very important about that is staying consistent, because you can do it for 2 weeks straight and absolutely kill it and be off your game for 3 days and not sign another customer for another week. You have to continue to have this be consistent every single day. And that means showing up when you really, don't want to show up. That means showing up and responding to messages when you're more tired than heck. That means showing up and showing up for your team for those power hours when you haven't got a dang thing done for yourself that day. Like you have to make sure that you're doing the things for your team. And like Lisette is doing, she's doing everything that I'm doing leadership wise, but she's also leading her team like I'm leading her. Does that make sense? So like, she's not just doing what I'm doing for her own business. She's doing that for her team. She's leading her team. She's doing Zooms for her team. She's talking with them daily. And I think that if you want to be a leader, you guys, show up to these Zooms. Have your cameras on. And I'm not trying to like call anybody out, and I don't want anybody to like feel like, oh my God, I haven't had my camera on. Like, sorry. What I'm saying is leaders have their cameras on. Leaders show up. Leaders are taking notes. Leaders want to be here. Okay. So make it a priority every single Wednesday night. Get on these, show your face, be with your team. Like we want to see your faces. That is what your leaders are doing. And if we're showing up here for you, you show up here for us, and we can all just sort of the top for, I almost said forever. Yes, we'll sort of the top forever together. So that's all that I wanted to say.
Yay! That was amazing. I think that was a great way to close us out, you guys. Thank you so much for jumping on tonight and spending an hour with us. Hopefully you got something out of this, if not a ton out of this like I did. I love you all. Let's all go. Today's the 15th, you guys. We have a whole half of a month left to go. And that's so much time. So even if you have taken the last 2 weeks maybe a little bit slower than normal, or maybe you've killed it the last 2 weeks. We still have a whole half a month to go, and anything can happen in that time. So reset, recharge, and let's just hit the ground running tomorrow and kill it the rest of this month. Can't wait to be shouting out so many other names at the end of this month for like top enrollers, promotions, bonuses earned, because let's not forget that there's still bonuses on the table for one more month. And that's it. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a great night. Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, Lisette. Thank you, Ashley. Bye, guys.
Bye.